Welcome on in to the pregame show on Star Radio. We've got gonna get our picks in here today. Here on us at Collegeville today. We're gonna save our double points games for in just a moment. Michigan, Illinois. Just guys, stop. Michigan's gonna get in there and get them done. Real good. Georgia's gonna win. Maryland and Purdue. I got Maryland. Purdue suffering a lot of injuries. I think they're gonna again. It's tough to say, but they're gonna take another loss there. Rutgers and Indiana. We go with Indiana. They need this one real bad. Mississippi State taking on Tennessee. I'm gonna go with the Bulldogs to go in there and get the win. Memphis over Temple. Miami of Ohio against Western Michigan. I'm gonna go with Western Michigan at home. I don't believe any of these are double points here. Alabama and A&M. I'm going to go with Alabama on the road, number one team in the nation. Number two team in the nation, I'm going to go with Clemson to beat Florida State today. Washington State, Arizona State. Is that right? I think so. I'm going to go ASU to win in that one. Michigan State and Wisconsin. Go with Wisconsin. They've been dominant all year. I think they're going to continue their dominance today. Right out there. BYU USF. I think USF's going to get the win there. BYU, they had a good start, but I think their momentum has kind of fizzled away. And USF kind of needs this one if they want to make a bowl game at the end of the year. Iowa State taking on West Virginia. I'm actually going to go with Iowa State here on the road to get it done. This game's going to be on ESPN. Texas Tech and Baylor later today. I believe it's on FS1. We're going to go with the Baylor Bears. They've actually had a pretty good start to the year this year. Ole Miss and Missouri. Go Missouri. Arkansas, Kentucky. Going to go Kentucky. Louisville, Wake Forest. Let's go Wake Forest. Nebraska, Minnesota. I'm going to go Minnesota. I like PJ Fleck. This is a young coaching matchup. Both these programs are a lot better than they were when these coaches took over their first year. Minnesota in a great position if they want to compete for a Big Ten West title, which they will have Wisconsin in their final game. So if Minnesota runs the table, they'll get a one-game scenario. Actually, they don't have to run the table to get to the Big Ten championship. They can lose a game as long as they beat Wisconsin at the end of the year. Obviously, Minnesota needs to keep winning, and the toughest part of their schedule is ahead of them, and it starts today against Nebraska at home. I think Minnesota does get the win. Nebraska has not played well on the road this year. Minnesota over Nebraska. Penn State and Iowa, we're going to save that one for in just a moment. Not sure if USC and Notre Dame's double or not. Not sure. But we're going to go Notre Dame. Utah, Oregon State. We're going to Utah, Hawaii, and Boise State. We go Boise State. Tough place to play in Boise, Idaho. I've been wrong a lot. I've doubted Hawaii, and they've won. But I don't want to doubt the Boise State Broncos. Wyoming and San Diego State. Go San Diego State. And Washington, Arizona. I think Washington does not lose a second game in a row. We played at home, and we obviously won. Let's get to the early game. The Red River Showdown on Fox. Oklahoma and Texas. I'm going with... Who should I go with here? This is a big one. We're going to go with the Oklahoma Sooners. I think they win the hat back. Last year, they split. They won. They won the championship game, which was played indoors. They couldn't win the game at the state fair. I think Oklahoma wins this one. Texas, it's going to be a hard-fought game. I think Jalen Hurts makes a clutch throw in the fourth quarter and creates some separation there. Saturday Night Football on ABC, Penn State and Iowa from Kinnick Stadium in Iowa City. We're going to go with the Hawkeyes. I picked the Hawkeyes all but last week. The Hawkeyes have won every time I picked them. And I think the home crowd at Kinnick Stadium, the first quarter wave, we know it is going to be cold in Iowa City tonight. And I think that benefits Iowa more than it does Penn State. Iowa's offensive line has got to be better in pass protection, giving up way too many sacks on second and third down last week, putting them out of field goal range, making them punt, and making them not able to go for it on fourth down where they might have wanted to. Iowa very much was in the game last week. They've got to get this one tonight against Penn State if they want to be vying for Big Ten West title. And this is the last crossover game for Iowa. Florida, LSU, Saturday night on ESPN right here with Chris Fowler, Kirk Herbstreit. I've heard a lot about Florida. Kyle Trask. This is going to be the first time Kyle Trask faces a legit defense, legit cornerbacks. And I think Ed Orgeron is going to get this game. This is a big game for Ed Orgeron. If he wants to still be the coach at LSU, long term, we're talking more than 7 years, he's got to win these big games. Got to win them. When it's in your stadium, you got to win. Because if they lose to Florida, they lose to Bama, they lose to, I don't know who else, A&M maybe at the end of the year. They lose those 3 games. If they lose all 3 of those games, I mean, you start to really doubt your head coach because you hire someone to win these big games, not somebody that can beat those little teams, because anybody can beat those teams like Rice and them. So we're going to go with LSU to win tonight. I mean, a lot of home teams I've been picking this week. Not a lot in the early session compared to the late, because it's going to be cold up north tonight. So, yeah. So, yeah, thanks for watching Essen College Football Today, which we're back next Saturday. We'll see you guys next Saturday. And again, Essen College Football tonight. We'll have it tonight only on Essen Sports YouTube channel, and then we'll upload it here to SN. This is week 7 now. I just want to say my career is probably over for playing football. Every Saturday on SN, watch Essen College Football Today. Break it all down for you. The season is about halfway through after today for regular season. Haven't seen all the good matchups. Wisconsin will still play Ohio State a little later in the season. And I'm definitely going to be up for that one. Couldn't tell you. You'll have all those TV selections for the big October 26th, which includes World Series game number 4. All on that big Saturday. 2 weeks from tonight. That is going to be a big Saturday to watch sports on your television. We got big game in the Big Ten, big game around the country, a lot of them. I mean, assuming Wisconsin and Ohio State continue to win, that game probably going to be on Fox. Because, I don't know. It seems like ABC has had the last 3 or 4 big games in the Big Ten. They got the big Saturday night game tonight. Between next week, FS1 has Ohio State. But this week, Fox doesn't have, or FS1 has the Nebraska game this week. I think that's it. Nebraska, Minnesota is going to be on FS1 tonight in prime time. And that game, a little better than we thought it was going to be. We thought, what is this game? We'd start in the year, but PJ Fleck, Scott Frost, first matchup where we give Scott Frost credit for this game. So thank you guys so much for tuning in to us in College Football today. See you guys next time. Peace out.